Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Switch It Up show. And I, Seth Trav, am ready to get wrecked because today, just like the game I played, I am here with my friend Glenn.
You are, my man. You are. How are you?
I am doing rather well. I'm pretty excited to talk about the game that I was fortunate enough to play today. So I want to hop right into it and let those sweet, sweet beats ride. Ana Mana Gucci, ladies and gentlemen. Great band. Check out all their discog on the internet. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, for my first game, it is Concept Destruction by Retaliaca Games, our good friends over there. And for the purposes of this review, I did it on the PS4. It came out May 19th, 2020. And it is currently $4.99 if you get it on the PS4 shop. It is Concept Destruction is all about driving miniature cars made out of cardboard and crashing them into each other to earn points by destroying them. That's right. It is a destruction derby game where you play as cardboard cars. Pick from several different modes that suit your playstyle. Pick championship mode if you want to fight your way through mass production, or choose survival mode to see how long you can survive a wave of deadly cardboard automobiles. Unlock new cars with points earned by playing. Each car has a unique driving style that could turn the tide of battle. Features Crash, destructible cardboard cars, each with unique driving style. Pick from 4 different modes to bring total destruction. Experience unique 3D cardboard card designs. Customize how you play. Listen to heavy metal soundtrack while bashing cars. It is, again, $4.99. And it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. I was a huge fan of Crush Hour, the WWF game on the GameCube. And I think that this game almost lines up perfectly with that genre of destruction derby card game. Because when I think of destruction derby car games, I think of Crush Hour or Rocket League. And it's a little bit more towards Rocket League with, again, a destruction element. The level designs are fairly unique and they go along with the theme real well. Of just essentially toys and different knickknacks like pencils, scissors, tape, cups, things like that, ping pong balls, all scattered around these worlds or levels. Trees, cardboard trees are there for some reason at times. They're all large enough and big enough that you can have a good time driving around. It can get very hectic. They have an interesting element to it where if you ram into the rear passenger doors, you can knock out, or I guess if you ram into the back of a car, depending on which kind of car you're in, or going against, you can knock out the battery of the cardboard car. So it just sort of stops dead, which is a neat touch, I want to say, and it goes sort of along with the overall theme there. The heavy metal aspect of it is crazy. Like, it is so over the top, like thrasher core war insanity. Like, the game seems so nice that I feel like when you pause the game, the music in it is like nice and amazing, because I just left this on the pause menu for, I want to say, like 2 hours because I got called in to do some work stuff from home. Gotta love that wah. So I just left the music on, and it was so catchy, and I just loved it. But then you unpause the game, and it's back to like, which is, the dichotomy there is just insane, and it's hysterical that it does it. But it I don't know, it all works. it all works, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I At the time that I played this game, I couldn't get online and like go against anybody. I don't actually think it features online play at all. It's a 1 to 2 player game, and you can do co-op, like couch co-op, which kind of sucks. Like, I really feel like you should be able to play this kind of thing with people, like anywhere online, and just like have nonsense battle royals with all your best friends, just like you did when you were younger, or as you're currently doing now. So that part of the game, it's a big shame. It's kind of left to you to just enjoy going around and unlocking cars and doing destruction derby stuff, which can be fun for a full Grand Prix cycle thing that they have. But it can get a little boring. So because of all of that, I am going to give Concept Destruction a 3.5 out of 5.
Decent score, my man. Decent score?
I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and jump. This game is definitely off the beaten path. One of the weirder games I feel like that I've reviewed here on the Switch It Up show, and this game is called Self. It's available on the Nintendo eShop, of course, for $6.99. You're gonna get yourself 35 golden coins when you purchase this. Now, let me go ahead and hit you with this synopsis. It's weird, so bear with me. Dreams use so many bits and pieces of our memory, but not in a logical, linear way. Psychologist Rosalind Cartwright, it's a cool quote there. Self is a Kafka-esque suspense text-based adventure game with simulation and puzzle mechanics. See, you were impressed that I said Kafka-esque, but I study literature.
I
study literature. I know Kafka.
What's the person's name again now?
It's Kafka-esque.
No, before that.
Rosalind Cartwright.
Rosalind?
Maybe. Listen, 1 out of 2, okay? That's batting 500. That's pretty good. All right, listen. My father vanishes, but only I know it. Nobody else notices that, including my mother, even after I mention my father to them directly. I have to embark on a journey to find him back, all alone. In this game, boundaries between dream, reality, memory, and truth are all diffuse. That's what it says. You will meet many puzzles and challenges in it. You will need to make choices, which lead you to very different endings. You will piece the clues and leads you collected together to complete a story. But could you seize the opportunity to find yourself, all caps because the game's called Self, in this introspective journey? The whole story happens in an interactive retro screen. Bullet hell minigames inspired by Undertale and Just Shapes and Beats. I guess those are 2 other games that they make. Unique interpretation with impressive pixel line style drawings and contagious emotional experience. Fragment narration with multiple endings. This game came out earlier in the year, and it is only 245 megabytes, so very, very, very small. Classified as an adventure, simulation, puzzle, and other. I would lean heavy on the other, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this game is played like you are looking at an old CRT television, and you have hooked up to it the most rudimentary of Atari games. And as the description says, like, you are a child and your father has gone missing, and like it seems like you're trying to find him, and no one really, it makes everybody you talk to, your friends, your family, everyone gets very uncomfortable when you bring up, the fact that your father's not around. So basically, like, you're trying to, discern what's going on with that, why people are acting the way they're acting, what might have happened back in your past, and you're trying to kind of undig all of the memories, that you have regarding your father and what might have happened, if in fact something did have happened. And basically you're going through, you're having conversations with people, and going about everyday life, and you'll be presented with a moment where you have to answer a question and not get an opportunity to kind of like push yourself out of your comfort zone, almost like reach back into your mind and like wrestle with the fact that you may or may not remember something. And this actual like wrestling with your memory is visually represented in these like interesting like little mini games, where in one of them you kind of have to like like move this cube through like a series of desks and chairs because like that challenge happens like while you're at school, and as time goes by like the cube moves faster and you have to move the desks around it. So like it's normally some type of arcade type challenge that you have to that has to deal with something that is happening right now to you in the game. It like kind of branches off of that, and sometimes you'll just actually be exploring something that's on the screen, and you have to try to manipulate it in a different way to kind of jog your memory. This is a very weird dark type of game. It's rated M for mature, for drug reference and strong language. It's dark. You can tell that like they're trying to like kind of make you with the type of mini games that you get and the way that the controls work and how certain parts are sped up. They're trying to make you feel like uneasy, and you can tell that as the story unfolds that your character is getting more and more uncomfortable, and they're hoping that I would assume translates over to how you feel playing the game. This is an awful lot like that game that we reviewed episodes ago where like you're just walking through the forest and like life happens to you and like nothing goes your way. You remember that game, Mr. Trav? It's like a first person exploring game, and you're walking through and you're just walking, and as you're walking like a story is unfolding about your life, and like everything's going bad, and at the end like you pretty much die.
Journey?
Yeah, well, no, not Journey, but it's on the Switch. I'll have to see if I can find it and throw it in the show notes. But this is more of a game about self-discovery, hence the title of the game, Self. It's weird. It's a very different type of game. I feel like it sets out for what it's trying to do, and it's more of an experiment. I feel like than a game. It's like we've played games before where it's more like it's like interactive art, and that's what I feel like this game is. So I mean, if that's up your alley, if that's something that you want to try, I feel like there's not a lot of games like that here on the eShop. So this is something that you might want to give a shot. It's $7. It may not be for everybody. It's interesting. I enjoy. Like I wanted to continue playing it to see where it went. So I definitely was intrigued by it. It was just like an interesting way to tell a story rather than a traditional kind of like visual, read this and click the button format. More parts of it were interactive, and the parts that were interactive caught my attention. So for $6.99, I definitely think it's interesting. It might be worth your time. See if you can watch maybe a gameplay of it, and see what you think, but maybe before you spend the money on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 3.5 out of 5.
Nice.
Yeah, it's real
decent.
Weird.
Decent,
but it's good.
We both had some decent weird games today, as we often do. Today they both lacked a couple things though that kept the scores down. Well, that's okay. Sometimes there's always patches. There's always other things we can do because it's a Switch It Up show. And if things ever get boring, we could always switch it up.